Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 8th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY and CONY. I apologize, my voice is still a little funky, but it's getting there. So, I have the YieldMax website up because periodically I have to remind myself that I do get new subscribers, and they may or may not go back into the archive to review the videos. Which, by the way, any new subscribers, take a look at the details of these daily videos. I have some videos that may be useful that at least they explain how the funds work, and on top of that I have a video explaining how my spreadsheet works. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the website, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. But where I get the information in order to track this data is through the website on the intraday trades, which is right here towards the bottom. There's an intraday trades download. This information is only available after hours for that current day. For example, yesterday, I had to wait until, typically it loads around 4:35 p.m. So I got it at that point. Well, TSLY had no trades, but CONY did. So I had to wait till like 4:35 p.m. I hit the button, and then the trades were right there. Unfortunately, if I wake up the next morning and I try to get it, it's gone. So you have to get it in after hours at that very point in time. The holding information, that information typically is posted the following day, I guess around midnight. Sometimes I've gotten up like in the middle of the night just to check, and it doesn't post the night of, unfortunately, because if it did, I could get everything done at the night. But it posts at midnight, so that's why I finish my spreadsheet every morning. I start the spreadsheet after hours during the chaos of my home, and then I wake up early in the morning, and then I finish it with the download all holdings information. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. So now let's get into TSLY. TSLY had no trades, so there is no intraday trades to talk about. So let's talk about the 220 synthetic. Right now, again, this expires March 15th, which we have plenty of time. It's going to cost us $94.7 million, but that's because Tesla is priced at 187 and our strike is 220. So the goal is we want Tesla to be above 220 by 315. Hopefully more, so we can get some actual profit out of these damn synthetics, because lately we're just losing money on synthetics. So, that's the hope by March 15th. Also, by March 15th, they have a 185 strike. Obviously, this one's doing much better because Tesla is priced right above that. So, and this is where they're adding all of their recent transactions. So every time they have, new shareholders come in, they can buy new contracts, and they'll add it right here to this synthetic position. Nothing was added yesterday, as mentioned. So, again, so the synthetic 220s open, 30,445 contracts are sitting there, and then 11,550 contracts are sitting at the 185. Now, keep in mind, they sell calls on all of these synthetics, to whatever strike they choose to do so. Right now, the 185 synthetic is actually worth $4.2 million if they decided to close it. February profits so far, again, 5,100, which that was due to yesterday's, addition to the synthetic. Okay. Again, I'm trying to just explain a little more in detail. So for the people that have been here forever, I apologize if this is boring you. So the January tab is no longer. January calculation is done. We know what we got paid, 40 cents, right? So now we're on to February. So February started with a clean slate. Again, no trades, so we'll talk about the price. Yesterday was ex-dividend date. So if you look, TSLY was paying 40 cents. So TSLY, it dropped to $8.55, essentially at the open. However, TSLY closed at 8.67. So, overall, pretty good day. Tesla went up by 1.34%. So, overall, like a really, really good day for Tesla and TSLY. And by the way, I haven't really talked about the break-even column, but so for the end of this week, again, all of these contracts for TSLY, they expire Friday, February 9th. This is our break even. This is this is where we want it to end, at the most, right? So I'll take the bottom number, the lowest break even number. Essentially, we don't want it to go above 191. Let's just say that. I mean, 190 is even better. Right now, Tesla's at 187. So if we can close at 190 on Friday, that would be a beautiful thing. So cash and treasuries, where are we at here? Well, guess what? We are cash positive again. Yesterday, we were cash negative because obviously ex-dividend date. They didn't have the funds in the cash. But they moved it out of the 11/15 treasury and they moved it into cash. So now we're 10 million cash positive. Total change for the day, cash and treasuries, increase of 9.4 million, which just shows you, there was activity. There's more shareholders coming in. However, obviously they did not create new synthetic positions. Let's go to the active tab. All right, so 21,175 contracts with a 190 strike, 1.29% out of the money with 2 trading days left. That's getting close. 20,820 contracts with a 192.50 strike. That's 2.62% out of the money. Again, 2 trading days. So both of these are possibly in danger. But the way Tesla's been trading, it doesn't seem that we should be worried. But again, it's Tesla, so you never know. 30-day IV, 41%. 30-day chart, again, it's just on the downward trend. Eventually, things will flip. Again, Tesla's at 867. I'm showing possible capital gains through the end of the week of 17 cents. I know it's not much, but still, it's something. My reaction, this is not crying. This is sweating. This is sweaty, because we're sweating it down to the last minute, right? We have 2 trading days. And our strikes are very close. So we are sweating to the bitter end. I think it's a sweat. I assume it's a sweat. I don't know. Some of these emojis are very confusing. All right, payment. No change on this. So nothing to really talk about here. So, yeah, that's it on that one. And then outstanding holdings. Nothing to really talk about here. Again, this just shows the outstanding holdings. It's via formula. It pulls directly from the website, which is pretty cool. Here's the formula if you guys are interested. Import data, blah, 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 blah. So what did I highlight? I highlighted the calls, right? There's 2 positions. There's 2 calls with the strike price. Right now, the 190 costs 160 to close, and the 192.50 costs 95 cents to close. So if we stay flat, like if we stay at the same price, this number will go down because time value will, bring it down. If we go up in price, then it's going to cost a little more money to close out these positions. So we've really, we can afford to hit 190, which is a little up, but obviously with more time value, we're saying 190 by Friday. So that would be okay. Better scenario, the lower the better, right? There's only so low you'd want to go though, because again, at some point it's only going to cost us, pennies on the dollar to close it. But right now, this is what it costs to close those positions. So I'll try to, point that out every day going forward if possible. Everything else on the holdings, as you know, are cash and treasuries. Obviously, the treasuries are the ones that say treasuries right here. And then cash is always on the bottom. And then the top 2 are synthetics. And then the other part of the synthetic, you'll see, because they have the same quantity right down below. Okay, so that is TSLY. Let's go to pre-market for Tesla. Let's see how we doing. Oh boy, 0.75% up. Are we scared? I don't know. Pre-market though, who cares, right? All right, so CONY, man, CONY really is putting me through the ringer this week. Yeah. And we'll get into it. So 4 transactions yesterday. This is the intraday trade download. Again, you have to get it after hours within the same day. So they sold a call 130, and then they did a buy to close put 21,170. These are 2 different quantities. However, this is them closing the 216 synthetic. Why is one less than the other? Well, yesterday we had 310 quantity where we sold a call. Well, at first I counted that as a weekly call because it was a weekly call. So I thought, but for whatever reason, it closed out part of the synthetic. So 310 was already closed. So that's why it's short 310 on the top. Bottom two, this is adding to the other synthetic position, same strike, but further expiration. And this one actually has 20,000 to 20 quantity, which is unusual because it's less. I'll show you. Very confusing. All right, so here's the synthetic 130. This is the one that expired February 16th. So yesterday, I didn't have the 310 on here. So I added it back. There's the 310, and there's the buy call. I'm sorry, the sell call. So they sold their call, 310 contracts. They got $325 per share. That's $100,000. Okay, great. And then they sold the remaining 20,860 part of it, which if you add the two up, it comes to the 21,170, right? If I highlight these two, 21,170, okay? If you see the sum on the bottom. All right, so that's the other sell call. They made $494 per share, 10,304,000. Great, okay? And then they had to, of course, buy the put back. They had to pay $11.35 for that, so that cost them $24 million. In the end, they lost $14.7 million on this synthetic. Again, this was I don't know if you remember way back when, but this was a very short expiration synthetic, which at the time I was like, what is the point? And again, I still, there is no point, right? They lost 14 million on it. So I don't get it, but whatever. So there's the February profits. We're now in a debit position. 13.6 million goes against us for the month of February. All right, so what did they do with those contracts? They added it to the other position, 20,000, but they used 20,000 to 20 contracts, okay? Now, they did a buy, call, sell, put, and the credit for the put is greater than the call because look at the strike, 130. Coin price is well below that, so the sell put is going to bring us a higher credit. So at least we gained 31.9 million on the credit, and then we only paid 20,000, for the buy call. This will be okay, assuming we can get above that strike price by the expiration of this synthetic. So right now, if we closed out this position, we'd lose 16 and an additional 16 million. But, we have time, so I'm not too worried about this one. February profits, we have 12.2 million. So at least that'll offset some of the damage on the 13.6 million. Okay? Following me so far? So right now, we have 23,365 contracts, okay, for the synthetic. So if we go to the February tab, because again, we're done with January, these are the open positions. I removed the 310 strike, not the 310 strike, the 310 contracts. So now we have this. We have 23,520 contracts, okay? We only have 23,365 synthetic positions. So we are, I guess we call this naked options, right? Naked calls. I'm sure it'll be trued up today by the end of the day, assuming we can get more outstanding shares. If not, they'll have to close one of these because right now, we're over about 500 or so. Well, it's on the next page, which we'll get into, but this is a first, honestly. They've never really gotten to this point. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, they screwed this up. All right, but how did CONY and COIN do yesterday? So CONY paid a dividend. CONY had ex-dividend date yesterday, and it was supposed to drop by $1.20 something, right? But if you look, $1.20 something would bring it down to $18.20. They closed at $18.82, so that's pretty damn good. Coin price went up 1.9%, and that's obviously why. So, pretty good day for CONY too, and COIN. So yeah, these no new trades. Our break even for these were, the lowest is 135, so COIN is at 122. So let's hope it stays, below the 135 range. Cash and treasuries, let's see. they moved. Again, they were cash positive, so they were able to afford their distribution from the cash. So once they did that, which obviously you see they did it, they went from 27 million to 15 million. So, okay, we're good now. We're not going to need cash for a while, so let's move cash to treasuries. They moved cash to the 613.24 treasuries. And overall, cash and treasuries went up 2.3 million, which tells me, again, more outstanding shares. And by the way, outstanding shares is at 15,175,000. Total income, 2,425. Again, no new contracts, so no change to the weekly calls. But I did remove the 310 contracts, so that was a change, actually. All right, here we go. We have 23,520 weekly call contracts open. But again, a different amount on the synthetic. I think I have, I don't want to sneak ahead, but on the bottom, 155 overused contracts. But again, I think today it'll be fixed, so I wouldn't be too concerned. It kind of probably goes against what's in the, prospectus, but, we'll see. All right, let's go from the top. We have 1,000 contracts with a 132 strike, 8.13% out of the money. This expires next Friday, though, so that's 7 trading days for that one. So that could be tight. We have 400 contracts with a 133 strike. This is 8.95% out of the money. This is the lowest one for this week. So I feel pretty good about that. Again, 2 trading days for this week. We have 10,310 contracts with a 134 strike, 9.77% out of the money. Feel really good about that. 11,160 contracts with a 135 strike, 10.59% out of the money. Feel even better about that. And then 650 contracts with a 136 strike, 11.41% out of the money. Honestly, if they don't have enough shares that come in today, all they should do is close out this 650 contracts. We can go here to the holdings. Here's the 650. It costs 10 cents. See? Right here, 10 cents to close that baby. It's going to cost even less today, unless, coin blows up and goes up in price. But you get the gist. That's an easy correction right there. Because, again, that one's 11.41% out of the money. We have 2 trading days. Of course, that's going to be very cheap to close. All right, 30-day IV, 79%. Unbelievable, man. CONY is just, it's amazing. I mean, if Coinbase can just keep their crap together, man, we can make a lot of money on CONY. I know we have the Bitcoin halving coming up. I forget when it is, but after that, I hope Coinbase just stays good. We'll see. At some point, I was never really comfortable buying CONY. I'm not comfortable owning Coinbase in general. But once they got involved with the different custodians of the Bitcoin ETF, it gave me a little more comfort. So I'm hoping, we'll see what their this earnings comes out, this 220. I know, they're not going to have the data probably of how much they're making related to that. So, but maybe they'll have information, more details on it. Not like I listen to earnings calls because I'm never, I can't, but I'm sure, it'll be the highest of news, whether it's really good or really bad. Because that's what the news does. They show stuff that's typically they only show the really bad. Sometimes they show the really good. But hopefully we have some really good on coin. But it doesn't seem to be a lovable stock for the stock market peoples. All right, CONY price is at 1882. We can have a capital appreciation of 191. That's a lot. That's great. My reaction, I don't wear glasses or have a magnifying glass, but you get the gist. I'm like examining this spreadsheet and nothing makes sense because it's unusual that they would have 155 overused contracts. So, all right, CONY fund manager, I told you what to do. Close out the 136 strike and then you'll be just fine. All right, what do we got here? All right, synthetic income, it ends up being a debit, the disaster in the beginning, 1.4 million. That's not that bad. Short call income is now a debit because, again, we got rid of the 310 contracts. And they have, to date, they only closed out a position. That the only activity for the month of February was a closeout. So that's why, they paid 5 cents, which cost them 2,425, okay? So right now, net income's a debit. So we really can't talk about, future payouts. Doesn't make sense to. And by the way, outstanding shares, if you take a look from December to February, look at the interest growing on CONY. All right, so holdings for CONY. Again, I highlighted the calls, how much it's going to cost to close each one. So again, we talked about the 136, 10 cents. I mean, even the 135, 12 cents. Like they're doing really good on the weekly calls. Like outstanding, man. I love it. But sooner or later, coin's going to do its thing and blow up. But look at man, they're scattering the hell out of these strikes. They are prepared for that. TSLY, not so much. I know they have 2 strikes, but they're not, they're barely out of the money, so they're not like as prepared for a complete bull market. But yeah, so net asset value 285 million, net NAV is at 1880, stock price 1882, close enough. And yeah, so that is the end of it. Well, we might as well look at the pre-market. How we doing, CONY or coin? Up 1.18%. Here we go. I'll take it. All right, it's at 121.20. Okay, where are our strikes? Our strikes are at way above that. We got plenty of room, baby. Come on, coin, go up, coin, go, 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 go. So as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a schlep on YouTube, some random guy just like you guys who likes to use Excel, even though this is Google Sheets, and I like investing and I like plugging in numbers. So I made videos and, people like them. So it's working out for me. So, and you obviously, again, right place, right time. So very grateful for the opportunity that I have to show you guys, how these funds work. But, again, I want to do more content beyond this. I do when I have time. So I know people keep asking me, do a review on TRES, TRES. It's another Defiance fund. I believe they do options on treasuries. And yes, guys, I haven't even looked at it, but yes, I will do a review on that. And there's a number of things that keep coming out, and I'm behind the 8 ball, so I do apologize for that. But my priority first for YouTube is the daily videos. So if there's additional time outside of that, then I'll work on it. I'm also working on the Retire on Dividends, series, how I'm going to map out my retirement account, my retirement portfolio. So I'm also working on that on the side. So yes, always more content to come. I have fun doing this, and I'm very, grateful that everyone likes it. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please click that like button. It helps, helps a lot, more than you know it. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments. What do you guys think I will end the week for coin and Tesla? Do you think we'll end up? I hope coin goes up a lot, but we'll see. But yeah, outside of that, if you want to help the channel, as always, just hit that share button, right? And then, or just tell a friend and whatnot and go from there. And yeah, I guess that's all I got for today. Should I do a keyword to see if you made it through the video? Let's think. How about cough drop? I know that's stupid, but whatever. If you made it to the end of the video and you have no other comments, to prove that you made it to the end of the video, you can write cough drop, because I should probably buy some cough drops and take them. That way my voice would be normal for these videos and for work, because I'm, on the phone most of the day at work too. So the voice, it never gets a break, because even when I'm not working or doing videos, I'm yelling at children. So my poor voice. Anyway, but yeah, I gotta go. I hope you guys have a great day. And again, thank you for watching. Later.